She's my Rushmore, Max.
Yeah, I know. She was mine, too.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for watching. Today, we're talking about the 1998 film Rushmore. Rushmore, we first have to say, is directed by Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson is one of these filmmakers that throws everything at you. Art direction, soundtrack to die for, costume design, A-list actors everywhere, and some of his films to me don't work, to be honest, but this one, Rushmore, absolutely does. It is weird. It is a weird film. So if you're not ready for weird and you start watching it and you want to reach for the dial, wait. Before you push reset or cancel, keep watching because it isn't random. I know some people might think it is, but what's it about? It's about a boy who attends Rushmore Academy, and he will do anything for Rushmore. He will join every club. He will direct amazing plays, adaptations of Serpico. Very strange, that this is part of the weirdness of it. He will save the Latin Club. I mean, he would do anything for Rushmore. And until he meets a girl, the wrong girl for him, one of the teachers, so of course, she's the wrong girl, who, as he puts it, or maybe somebody else put it in the movie, she becomes his Rushmore, and that's a problem. And so there are so many things you could say about this movie. It deserves extra viewings besides the one that you will see if you haven't seen it. But I guess I would like to talk about two of the themes. Of course, we could talk about the performances, and they can come up. Jason Schwartzman, I think, makes his debut here, and he's great. And yeah, we could talk about the acting because it's all good. Bill Murray, fantastic. Olivia Miller, I believe, plays Roseanne Cross, also good. But I want to talk about the themes for a moment that really, I mean, there are multiple, I suppose, but one of them being, I guess I would put it like this: you should love something bigger than you. And so I'm going to read a quote from this movie, and either Wes Anderson wrote this or Owen Wilson, the co-writer, wrote this. At one point, the Schwartzman character says, "I guess you just got to find something you love to do and then do it for the rest of your life. For me, it's going to Rushmore." And I really like that because on the outside, you might look at that as maybe strange. Like, why does this kid love this school so much? No, it is a healthy thing to love something that's beyond you, a learning institution. We think of our dad who went to Garfield and he loved Garfield. And that is a good thing because these institutions often do good things and you want to support that. This is something so refreshing to see in a kid, and it's kind of related to the next theme I want to talk about. And I'm going to let you talk. I don't want to talk too much, but I just really love this idea of not settling for the small. This kid wants everything. He wants to be in every club because he not only just loves Rushmore, he loves life. And why settle for writing a small play when you can adapt an Oliver Stone movie? Heaven and Hell. Why settle for the small? And on another note, it does feel like it's an adult what would they do if they went back to school? This is like an adult, because there's another thing that he does big, and that is forgives big. He forgives the Bill Murray character in a big way because life is so short. It's two of, I think, themes that really run at me, and Rushmore is great.
Yeah, a couple of things, Ruben. I do appreciate what you shared regarding the film. I'm with you. I love this film. Owen Wilson and Wes Anderson wrote this with, they also wrote Bottle Rocket and Royal Tenenbaums together. I think that's I'm not sure if you agree, but I think it's a strength when Wes Anderson works with people. I don't like when he does everything, the art, I feel like this movie, you could hear Owen Wilson's voice, and even his little brother was in the film, Luke Wilson, a small part. And so one of the things that I just love, Ruben, more than I think this time I watched it, I loved it more because of music. I just paid attention to the soundtrack, John Lennon's song to his wife Yoko, right? Cat Stevens in this, just several films you hear his music because it's just so lovely and so great. And so as I'm listening to the music and then I'm looking at the character, I'm looking at Bill Murray's character a little differently this time. I'm saying, what is going on here? Bill Murray and this young man, like you said, Jason Schwartzman, who plays Max Fisher, they get this friendship going on, right? And it's an adult and a young man, and it just seems like they're at the same level. I think you mentioned that he seems like an adult, right, Max? And they have this really true respect for one another. And then you start seeing, how that unfolds and this relationship with a teacher where they both really care about. And I just felt good. There's sometimes at the end of a film where I feel like, what did I watch? But at the end of this film, I felt fulfilled. I felt it was great. And like you said, Ruben, there's some of the Wes Anderson films maybe missed the mark. And I was just arguing with actually my son last night. I said, these are the films I love. And he disagreed. He likes the later films. I go, no, this has so much heart, so much. I mean, the quotes are awesome. One of my favorite quotes is when Max talks to the teacher, Miss Cross. He goes, I applied to Sorbonne and Oxford, but my safety is Harvard. It's like, what? You get this all the time where even I'm going to share one more quote. And you mentioned about saving Latin. He tells Bloom, Max tells the Bill Murray character, hey, I saved Latin. What did you ever do? It's like, what? It's, he is just this amazing young man. And of course, Bill Murray had done great things too, but this is a young man who befriends this older man who's going through a tough time, who's kind of going down the hill where Max is going up the hill, and they kind of meet each other. I just love this film, Ruben.
Well, he's not just an older man, though. He's a teacher.
Bill
Right?
Murray is the teacher?
Isn't Herman a teacher?
No. Herman is he has his own business, Bloom Enterprises, and they do like steel and yeah, he's not a teacher, but he comes in. His sons go to Rushmore, right? The twins.
Right, his sons go to Rushmore. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he might be coming in and teaching as well.
That would have been great.
What I was going to say is that the teachers, or maybe I'm trying to relate this because this is a teaching channel, is that if anything, they respect the students. These are adults who respect, and it's kind of a theme of some of the movies we've watched recently, is that there is a kind of level of empathy to the student that is needed in order for you to get your content out. Okay. So even though Bill Murray wasn't a teacher, Mrs. Cross was. Now maybe she got too close, not maybe a teeny bit too close to him, but she noticed him and she paid attention to what he was doing. And then you could think about the theater department really listening and allowing him to direct fine plays.
How about Brian Cox? He listened. He's like the dean, and he sat with them and talked to him.
Right. Do want to mention too that there's a level of honesty, even though there's a couple of white lies from the Schwartzman character. He's very honest. Again, this idea of what would we do if we could go back to being children in high school again? How would we be different? He doesn't care about the consequences of telling a girl or a woman that he likes them. Bill Murray is very direct too. I noticed that. And these guys are just telling it like it is, which makes it refreshing. At one point, very subtle scene, this character, Margaret Yang, tells the Schwartzman character that she's no longer working with this company, this school she had these ideas around aeronautics or something. And he says, why not? And she says, because I faked the results, or I faked my research. Nobody ever will be that honest in your life where they say I faked anything.
And he loved that, didn't he? I mean, he respected her.
Yes, but I will say this again, the original thing where I say it's going to feel, this is like a very strange film.
Mhm.
This is as if you're watching or paying attention to a dream and you wrote a dream. So some of the better books and some of the better movies are almost like fairy tales. You're never going to hear a person be this honest. You're never going to meet a Bill Murray who, it becomes a revenge thing for a while. They a tit for tat with these two characters, Schwartzman and Bill Murray.
Right.
But there's a level of respect that Murray has, and that's very dreamlike, fantasy-like. Nobody's going to respect you for cutting the brake lines in your car. But I guess the bigger picture is, what is Wes Anderson saying about how we treat each other, how we approach life, and are we settling for the small? This character is cartoonish in a way, the Jason Schwartzman character, all the things he does, all the activities he goes, how he attacks life. But you have to paint it like that to get your point across, and he brings it. Any last words on Rushmore?
No, I would say that you mentioned Schwartzman. I think that is maybe one of his first films. But when I was watching it, I was thinking, especially towards the end, because his mother's Talia Shire. Is that her name?
Talia Shire.
Yes,
Shire.
Something like that. She, from Rocky and from The Godfather, and she, he has this pedigree, right, with even with Francis Ford Coppola, and he made it look so natural. I mean, just the way he behaved, I go, this guy has it in him. And so that family has just so much talent. But I really appreciated him, and he's done other Wes Anderson films after. So if you're a Wes Anderson film, you'll see him pop up here and there. But Ruben, I like you give my recommendation for people out there. Watch this film, you'll love it. It might even be one of your favorite Wes Anderson films.
Okay, everybody, thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.